Master Sauron the Great bids thee welcome.
In The Lord of the Rings, the Mouth of Sauron stands as a sinister figure of fear and mystery, his identity shrouded in darkness. Appearing at the Black Gate to parley with Aragorn and Gandalf, he embodies the malice and deception of Sauron himself. But who was this enigmatic character before his descent into evil, and what makes him so terrifying? Welcome back. Today we're diving into the story of the Mouth of Sauron. Let's get started. Tolkien never names the Mouth of Sauron, a deliberate omission that enhances his otherworldly menace. However, The Return of the King gives us tantalizing glimpses of his origins. He was a black Numenorian, one of a group of men descended from the Numenorians who turned their backs on the Valar and their noble heritage, succumbing to pride and a lust for power. These renegades fell under the sway of Sauron during the Second Age, lured by his promises of dominion and immortality. The Mouth of Sauron was a man of notable intellect and ambition. Before his fall, he was likely a scholar or noble among the Black Numenorians, skilled in language, diplomacy, and lore. Yet, his craving for influence and his disdain for the higher powers of Middle-earth led him into the arms of Sauron. In service to the Dark Lord, he surrendered his name and his humanity, embracing a new identity as the Mouth of Sauron, a vessel for Sauron's will and a herald of his tyranny. By the time of The Lord of the Rings, the Mouth of Sauron had risen to a position of chilling prominence. He became Sauron's chief lieutenant and the voice of his master's authority. As the lieutenant of Barad-dur, he wielded considerable power, commanding legions of orcs and men, but his true role extended beyond the battlefield. He was a diplomat of darkness, using cunning and deception to manipulate and unnerve Sauron's enemies. His most infamous moment comes during the parley before the Black Gate, where he meets Gandalf, Aragorn, and their companions as they attempt to distract Sauron's forces from Frodo's perilous mission. Draped in the trappings of malice, the Mouth of Sauron exudes mockery and cruelty. He relishes in presenting Frodo's possessions as supposed proof of the Hobbit's capture.
I have a token I was bidden to show thee.
Weaving lies to shatter the resolve of the free peoples. His twisted words, designed to break the spirit of the Fellowship, show his mastery of psychological warfare. The physical description of the Mouth of Sauron is one of the most unsettling in Tolkien's work. His visage, though obscured by his helmet, is described as having a hideous mouth that commands attention. Peter Jackson's adaptation amplifies this grotesqueness, presenting him with cracked, blackened lips that exude decay, a visual representation of the corruption that has consumed him. Tolkien suggests that the Mouth of Sauron's horrifying appearance is not merely the result of age or hardship. It reflects the spiritual degradation he suffered in the service of Sauron. Like the Ringwraiths, prolonged exposure to Sauron's dark power transformed him, stripping away his humanity and leaving behind a shell of malice and despair. His grotesque appearance serves as a grim warning of the cost of aligning oneself with evil, a price paid not only in soul, but in body. While the Mouth of Sauron does not display overt magical abilities, his power lies in his command over others and his ability to wield fear and manipulation like weapons. His most potent skill is his mastery of words. He uses language to unnerve, intimidate, and deceive, a reflection of his deep knowledge of lore and cunning intellect. His rhetoric is laced with falsehoods and cruelty, designed to exploit the doubts and fears of his adversaries. Moreover, his authority as Sauron's mouthpiece grants him influence over vast armies of darkness. He is not a mere pawn, but a conduit through which Sauron's will is executed. This status places him above many of the other servants of the Dark Lord, second only to Sauron and perhaps the Nazgul. The transformation of the Mouth of Sauron from a man of Numenorian descent to a figure of pure malevolence is a tragic tale. It is a cautionary story about the dangers of ambition and the seductive nature of power. Like Saruman, the Mouth of Sauron began as a being of potential and wisdom. Yet, he chose the path of corruption, trading his identity and honor for the fleeting promises of Sauron. What makes his story so haunting is the completeness of his fall. Unlike Gollum or even Saruman, there is no indication that the Mouth of Sauron ever harbored regret or doubt. He embraced his role with zeal, becoming one with the darkness he served. In doing so, he became more than a servant. He became an extension of Sauron himself, a living embodiment of his malice and deceit.
The Lord of the Black Land, come forth! Let justice be done upon him!
The fate of the Mouth of Sauron is left ambiguous in the text. After his chilling encounter with the Fellowship at the Black Gate, he vanishes from the narrative. Some speculate that he perished in the ensuing battle when Sauron's forces were defeated and Barad-dur fell. Others believe he fled into the shadows, perhaps to continue his master's work in secret. In either case, his legacy lingers as a symbol of the corrosive power of evil. The Mouth of Sauron reminds us that even the most eloquent and learned can fall prey to darkness if they forsake wisdom and morality for ambition.
The halfling was dear to thee, I see. Know that he suffered greatly at the hands of his host.
The Mouth of Sauron stands as one of Tolkien's most enigmatic and sinister creations. His story is one of corruption, ambition, and the dehumanizing force of evil. In his grotesque visage and venomous words, he encapsulates the pervasive threat of Sauron, a danger not only of physical domination, but of spiritual annihilation. As we ponder the Mouth of Sauron's fate and the depths of his fall, we are reminded of the central struggle in The Lord of the Rings, the battle between hope and despair, light and shadow. He serves as a cautionary figure, a warning of what becomes of those who abandon the light for the allure of power. Even now, the mystery surrounding him continues to fascinate Tolkien enthusiasts, sparking debates and theories about his past, his powers, and his ultimate fate. The Mouth of Sauron may have been silenced, but his story endures, a dark echo in the timeless saga of Middle-earth.
And who is this? Isildur's heir. It takes more to make a king than a broken elvish blade.
If you liked this video, please give a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to our channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.